Hello and welcome back to Higher Maths, a differentiation equation of a tangent. So we're going to look at another example here. A function f is defined by f of x equals 1 over x. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve y equals f of x at the point P. So how do we find the equation of a tangent again? Well, a tangent is a straight line. So we need the coordinates of one point on the line, and we also need the gradient of the line. How do we find the gradient? We differentiate and substitute in the x coordinate. That's all we're doing. So we're doing a little bit of differentiation, then we're using our straight line knowledge. So let's have a go at the question. So all we know here is that the y coordinate of point P is 2. Now we can replace y with f of x, because we're told here y equals f of x, so that means that y will equal 1 over x. So remember guys, this means that the y coordinate is equal to 1 divided by the x coordinate. So we have a y coordinate of 2, so 2 will equal 1 over x. So 1 divided by the x coordinate equals 2. So we need to rearrange that to make x the subject. So I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by x, or if you like to think of it as cross multiply, I'm going to cross multiply the x up to here. I'm then going to divide both sides by 2, so I'm going to get x equals 1/2. Now remember, the y coordinate is 2, just found out the x coordinate is 1/2, so the point P is at 1/2, 2. So that point there is 1/2, 2. What else do we need? We need the gradient. So remember, to find the gradient, we differentiate, substitute in the x coordinate, which we have just found out. So f of x equals 1 over x. So we need to rewrite that as x to the power -1. Power to the front, reduce the power by 1. Remember, we're differentiating at this point, so we should be writing f dashed of x. So f dash of x equals negative x to the power -2. Now, if this is non-calculator, which it more than likely would be, I would be rewriting this as -1 over x squared before substituting in the 1/2. If you're trying to evaluate -1/2 to the power -2 without a calculator, the chances are you're going to, well, not everybody, but quite a few of you would probably think, not quite sure what to do. I mean, you'd have a guess, you'd have a go at doing something, but the error-proof way of doing it is to rewrite it as -1 over x squared and then substitute in the 1/2, so -1 over half squared. If I square 1/2, 1 times 1 over 2 times 2, so I have -1 over 1/4 here. So I'm dividing by a fraction, so I'm going to flip it upside down and multiply by it. So I've got -1 multiplied by 4, which is just -4. So we have a gradient of -4 at the point 1/2, 2. I like the fact that the gradient's negative because I know the line is, as we go from left to right, I know the line is going down, so I know that should be a negative gradient. So now what's left to do, we need to find the equation of the line. So we have m equals -4. We've got the point P, 1/2, 2. So I'm just going to substitute in all the values. Remember, guys, this is A and B, so A is 1/2. So try not to get those two muddled up. So substitute in, multiply through by -4, add 2 to both sides. So y equals -4x plus 4. Okay, I will do a separate video for the last one.